we must help it. We must address the moral and empathy deficit more than one weekend a year. We must remember that our action is what the other America is looking for, not our words. What do we do? How do we live? How do we serve? We have to keep that in mind. And to paraphrase the words of the immortal John Fitzgerald Kennedy, permit me to say that Dr. King's unfinished work must truly be the work of us. We must be grounded in the faith in a just God to rely on the belief that thrice is he armed whose quarrels are just. The faith that Browning writes about in the epilogue to Salando about says, one who never turned his back but marched breast forward, never doubted clouds would break, never dreamed though right were worsted, wrong would triumph, held we fall to rise, and baffled to fight together, sleep to wake. In a real sense, we are here because people sacrificed for us. People did things that allow us to be here in this room. If you're in this room and you leave West Georgia and you don't know anyone who doesn't look like you, shame on you. If you're in this room and you haven't talked to someone, and I mean talk to, I don't mean passively. If you haven't gotten to know about someone who does not look like you, then you are not utilizing this opportunity that you have. Our future depends on you. Our future in this country, in this state, depends on what you do, how you lead. So the program can be just here today, gone tomorrow. Or you can take the echoes of Dr. King and take them with you. Because the people who came before us understood that their oughtness wasn't handcuffed by their isness, and they didn't sacrifice to make history. They sacrificed to make things better. And so I go back to the story of the echo. What will yours say tomorrow and the next day and next week? What echo of Dr. King will you carry forward? What echo of Dr. King will be on your life's timeline? What echo of Dr. King will be what people talk about when you leave here, when you move on to your next station in life? The echo, or whatever you want to call it, what will that say about you when this is all done? West Georgia, I thank you for the opportunity to come before you. I thank you for the tremendous opportunity you're providing to this community, and I thank you for everything that you continue to do. Peace.
At this time, we have a special presentation for Judge Reed, and we try to do this for our speaker, so I'm hoping that he will be surprised. But I would, before he looks at it, you're seeing it, if we will have Mr. Trey Zorns come up. Trey Zorns. I know you want to see, don't you? Trey Zorns is a University of West Georgia 2013 alum, a graduate, and he is the artist who composed this. So he's going to be very surprised. And you'll notice that we did a lot of work. We really appreciate your assistant, Mr. Bell. He told me about this picture, so we knew about it. That you had up on the screen, and we begged him to run in that office and take a picture with your cell phone so we would be able to have this and give it to Mr. Zorns. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Zorns, 2013 graduate of University of West Georgia, composing this. Thank you. Yes, I like a picture with the artist, if you don't mind. Thank you so much for your patience. Again, thank you. At this time, I'd just like to make note of there is the national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. And I'd like you to just take note of those particular words and have those with you. We won't take time to sing those tonight, but please take a moment to look at those in your extra time. In terms of closing remarks, let me just say, on behalf of President Marrero and the University of West Georgia, we really want to thank you for taking advantage of the opportunity to attend this 7th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. program. We're appreciative of all of our UWG students, Go Wolves, our student organizations, faculty, administrators, staff, and the many community members. I see a couple of judges here in the audience, as well as commissioners, as well as different citizens. We also want to give a special congratulations to Mr. Gale. Where's Mr. Gale? IMC, if you don't mind standing up for the evening. I also want to thank the Carroll County NAACP to be one of our community supporters, and I think the president, Mr. Stocks, is here. Did I see Mr. Stocks? Mr. Stocks is in the back there. Thank you so much for Mr. Stocks for coming. I will definitely not forget our own Center for Diversity and Inclusion team, the greatest team, I think, and of course, our speaker, Judge Stephen Reed. Just a few reminders in terms of housekeeping. Please complete your surveys. This helps us to know what your thoughts are and helps us in assessment. So your surveys and your programs are either blue or white or so, but please complete those. And we have students who will be picking those up, or as well as our ushers afterwards. Please, UWG community, especially our students, faculty and staff are welcome too. If you're in town for the ML King holiday on Monday, January the 18th, please participate in the Carroll County NAACP's 20th Annual Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. Wear your UWG gear or your specific student organization gear or your department gear. UWG does have a reservation, so we hope to see you there. I also wanted to mention that Tau Chi chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha, that's here at the University of West Georgia, will have a candlelight vigil honoring Dr. Martin Luther King. They have this every year. Dr. Martin Luther King, some of you may not know, was a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and that candlelight vigil is this coming Tuesday, January the 19th at 7:06 p.m. on the campus center front steps. At the University of West Georgia, we continue to strive to cultivate a culture of insightfulness, educational enlightenment, the possibilities to experience different environments and cultures, experiential learning opportunities, while also recognizing social injustices, holding self, each other, the UWG, and the community to a higher threshold. Although freedom and justice is promised to all Americans, as history and present-day occurrences reveal, it is sometimes not applicable to all segments of society. As we press forward in our quest to be the best comprehensive university in America to work, learn, and succeed, keep in mind the words of wisdom that Judge Reed shared with us this evening. It is our responsibility to give hope to those who knock at the door. I leave you with these thoughts. Remember, speak with conviction. Remember, our stories are interwoven or interlinked. Remember, telling the truth and being honest is risky. Remember to discover your true passion. And remember self-sacrifice. And I'd like to close with these final words from Dr. Martin Luther King in a speech that he did in Onslow. We have learned to fly the air like birds and swim the sea like fish, but we have not learned the simple art of living together as brothers. Our abundance has brought us neither peace of mind nor serenity of spirit. Again, thank you so much for coming. And let me give one other quick shout out to our fabulous Campus Center staff. They do such a great job every year in helping us support not just this program, but several other programs. Again, thank you so much. Judge Reed has graciously agreed to stay around if you have some other questions or just wanted to talk with him a little bit privately. We look forward to seeing you. Please take note of the different programs that are occurring here at the university that's also in your program. Again, thank you everyone for coming.